Bom dia and good afternoon. Bem-vindos a todos. Welcome to our first workshop of ICT Innovation Ecosystem Slovenia and Brazil Delegation Conference. Thank you, Your Excellency, Mr. Ambassador, Honorary Consul, the Minister Consular, Secretary, Vereador, the City Councillor, and to all participating on today's event. Thank you for joining us. This workshop is organized by SLOBRAZ, the Slovenian Brazil Chamber of Commerce, Slovenian Consulate in RECIFE, State of Pernambuco in Brazil, ZITex, the ICT Association of Slovenia, established by the Slovenian Chamber of Commerce and Industry in Slovenia, SOFTEXRECIFE, the ICT Association from Brazil, PORTO Digital, the main technology and innovation environment park in Brazil, ASSESPRO Pernambuco Paraíba, that represents private companies related to the field of information technology, telecommunications, and internet, SEPROPE, the syndicate of data processing companies of the state of Pernambuco, Brazil. Special thanks goes to our main sponsors of this event, Spirit, Slovenia Business Development Agency, Ministry of Economic Development and Technology in Slovenia, and of course, the Embassy of Slovenia in Brasilia. Matthias Shevchukini is my name. I will be the host of this business meeting together with Ernest Jayan, the Vice President of ZITex Slovenia. The program composed in two parts. In the second part, after the introductory speeches, a memorandum of understanding will be presented for the proposal to establish cooperation between Slovenia and Pernambuco, Brazil ICT industries. After that, Ernest will take the floor and invite all the associations and companies to present. Each company will have 5 minutes of pitch presentation and Q&A on the end of the event. Due to limited time, we kindly ask you to not exceed indicated minutes. 5-minute time to present and transition to the next presenter company. The event will be recorded and available on YouTube link after the event. And now I would like to pass the word to Mr. Matthias, the President of SLOBRAZ, the Slovenia Brazil Chamber of Commerce. Please, Matthias.
Thank you, Matthias, and thank you everybody who was very involved in last months in organization of this event, especially for you, Matthias, that was holding the strings and communication on both continents to get this conference live today. Warm welcome to everybody who is attending the conference. And it is a great honor to have some special guests today. And I would like to welcome His Excellency Gorazd Renčel, Ambassador of Slovenia and Brazil, Mr. Carlos Oliveira, Minister Consular for Economy, Industry, Digital Market and Mobility of European Delegation in Brazil, Mr. Lucas Ramos, Secretary of Science and Technology of Pernambuco, Mr. Carmelo José Albanese Bastos Filho, Director of Innovation, Environments and Higher Education, SECTI Pernambuco, Mr. Zé Neto, Recife City Councilman, Mr. Aloysio Lessa, Pernambuco State Deputy, and Mr. Michael Ranier, Honorary Consul of Slovenia in Pernambuco and Regional Director of SLOBRAZ. My welcome also to the guest speakers, Mr. Vasco Berden, ZITex President, Mr. Pierre Lucerna, Porto Digital President, Mr. Yves Nogueira, SOFTEXRECIFE President, Mrs. Laís Xavier, President of ASSESPRO Pernambuco, Mr. Gerino Xavier, President of SEPROPE, Mr. Isaías Dias, Manguezal Startup Community Leadership Representative, and Mrs. Maja Tomanic-Vidovic, Director of Slovenian Enterprise Fund, who will present us Memorandum of Understanding, which is to be signed between the involved parties of this conference. Finally, I would like to give special thanks to Dr. Stefan Bogdan Barembojn-Šalej, the founder of Slovenian Global Business Network and honorary president of SLOBRAZ, for his initiative to form a cluster of ITC industry. Because the idea of today's conference is to generate business, and I strongly hope that this agreement will be a seed to grow long-term cooperation between Slovenia and Pernambuco IT industry. So I wish all of you a great conference, and thank you.
Thank you, President Sokan. And now please welcome Your Excellency Ambassador Mr. Benček. Please.
Hvala lepa, Mateja. Bom dia a todos aqui em Brasil. Lep pozdrav vsem v Slovenijo. Good morning and good afternoon to everyone. Allow me to be excused not to go through all the names that Matthias so kindly just did. I will just maybe highlight a couple of names, if I may. Obviously, a very warm welcome to everyone. But maybe I'll start with Secretary Lucas Ramos, with who we exchanged a couple of really nice letters, I believe, recently, highlighting some of the areas where Slovenia and Pernambuco could work and where synergies we think are the most obvious now, and obviously digital featured very high on that agenda. Mr. Michel Renier, who is the Slovenian honorary consul in Pernambuco in RECIFE, who has been a driving force behind this event as well. I cannot see Dr. Bogdan Stefan Barembojn-Šalej, but obviously he has played a crucial work really in establishing this conference and the whole cooperation with RECIFE as well. And a special guest, special welcome to the ladies. What I miss, actually, the only thing I miss in the program is a bit more of the ladies. No, I know we have ladies of excellence in business both in Slovenia and in Pernambuco, and let's hope that the next reiteration of this event will feature a bit more of the women, I think. Last but not least, a very warm welcome to all the business leaders. I will again, if you excuse me, not go through all the names, but I can see Mr. Vasco Berden here from ZITex and PORTO Digital in Pernambuco, SOFTEX. I strongly believe we have these introductory messages to give to support the event, but the main thing will happen hopefully in the second part of the event, where business people will talk business. It is obviously a particular pleasure for me as a Slovenian ambassador to address this meeting. Firstly, because Pernambuco has a special place for Slovenians, Slovenians here in Brazil, but in general. It is one of the free parts of Brazil where we have an honorary consul. At this moment, we're working on expanding this network, but at the moment there are 3 honorary consuls, and Mr. Renier is one of them. There is also a Slovenian community in Pernambuco. I have not yet had the pleasure to meet them due to the pandemic and the restrictions of travel, but I'm looking forward to that. I hear Slovenia has a good number and a good, very dynamic group of friends in Pernambuco, which is always good to hear. Also, Slovenian experts have played a significant role in the development of Pernambuco. This, I will not claim any expertise. This is the information I got from Dr. Šalej, and I will read it. So Professor Dr. Žekš, for example, has played an instrumental role in establishing the physics department at UFEPI, which is the Federal University in Pernambuco. And another Slovenian professor, Dr. Ivan Knežević, has contributed significantly at establishing the cluster for medicine in RECIFE. You all know Pernambuco is a kind of gravitational center of business and excellence in business and science and technology in Brazil's Nordeste, which is the region of the northeast part of Brazil. And it's good to hear and to see this legacy of Slovenians also in this part of Brazil. I'm also particularly pleased that we're talking about digital cooperation today, for the mere reason that here at the embassy, where we lead the efforts of the economic diplomacy of Slovenia in Brazil, we are trying to focus on the sectors of the future. And obviously, the future is digital, as you all know, some of you better than me. No? Other areas that we try to focus on are also being very future oriented, such as the aerospace and satellite technology, where both sides have a lot of excellence and knowledge, and also circular economy and bioeconomy. So these are really the areas where we're trying to work as the embassy together with SLOBRAZ, the SHBN, so the Slovenian Global Business Network. I think there's a huge potential on both sides in Brazil and Slovenia. Slovenia has a very high ambition in the area of digital, as of recently, we have a very concrete phase of the digital transformation. The government has decided to establish a special office, a special ministry, headed by the Minister for Digital Transformation, which I think is obviously not going to solve all the problems and all the challenges we have, but it is a clear indication of the orientation that the government wants to take and the Slovenia wants to take. And this is to place Slovenia as one of the global digital champions. So to our partners in Pernambuco, you have chosen really well. And it's very timely. As Slovenia is trying to grow this portfolio of digital championship, I think it's a very good time to engage. And also on the side of Slovenian business, you have chosen really well. Pernambuco is, as I said before, is one of the centers of excellence in digital, and not just by ambition, but also by the mere fact that with the initiatives such as PORTO Digital, SOFTEX, it has already done a great progress, and it is one of the most successful, I would say, cases of innovation hubs in the whole of Brazil. Dear ladies and gentlemen, allow me to refer to the Slovenian EU presidency. I cannot but not, because this is very much obviously affects the work here at the embassy, the very good cooperation we have with the EU delegation in Brasilia. And I would like to particularly welcome the presence of Carlos Oliveira, who is the Minister Councillor for Economy, the Industry, Digital Market and Mobility. It's a long title, Carlos, in the EU delegation in Brasilia. A very important person to know for both sides. I think, and I wouldn't be saying this if I didn't mean it, but the whole of the EU delegation in Brasilia is doing an excellent job. We have really good cooperation as the current EU presidency. And then also, among other things, in the field of digital. As you would know, digital transformation is a very important dimension of the EU recovery plan, the national EU recovery resilient plans, which are being adopted as we speak, with a firepower of about 800 billion euro. No? And about 20%, Carlos, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but about 20% of the national plans have to be dedicated to the digital transformation. So Europe is not just talk, but we're walking the walk now in terms of the digital transformation. And I think to have a strong partnership with a country like Brazil, I think is a very important part of this effort. So I hope that as this cooperation continues, and we established a cluster, hopefully today, with a memorandum of understanding. The EU will accompany this process and this cooperation between Slovenia and Brazil, hopefully also institutionally. I personally have very high expectations of this meeting. I will be listening with great interest of what is going to be discussed, and especially attending the signing of the memorandum of understanding between Slovenian Enterprise Fund, SOFTEXRECIFE, ZITex, PORTO Digital, ASSESPRO. There's a lot of abbreviations here, and of course SLOBRAZ. I think it's a very good synergy among business on both sides, and I wish you all the best. I think what we're doing today, hopefully, is, especially you, the business leaders, but also us, is not just trying to match businesses, which obviously is a very important task in itself, but also hopefully we're laying the ground for something more, which is the cooperation projects that the companies from both sides can work on. So my very best of luck to the conference, to the second part, especially I'll be listening with special interest to the other speakers in this introductory part too. Thank you very much. Boa sorte.
Thank you for all the useful information and supporting words, Mr. Ambassador Renchel. So please, the word goes to Minister Councillor for the Economy, Industry, Digital Market and Mobility European Union Delegation Brazil, Mr. Carlos Oliveira. The word is yours, please.
Hello, I hope that you can hear me
Yes.
nice and well. First of all, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It's really a pleasure for me to be joining this interesting event. And on behalf of the delegation of the European Union, let me address my compliments to all the participants, but also my great thanks to the organizers for inviting us to this gathering of so many people that are interested in this interesting topic of strengthening the cooperation between EU and Brazil on the digital transformation. Of course, I have to thank in first place the kind words of Ambassador Gorazd Renselj from the Embassy of Slovenia. It was really a great pleasure to accept your kind invitation. And also turning to the many Brazilian participants, I would like also to address my compliments in the person of the Secretary Lucas Ramos, that I had actually the privilege of meeting digitally some time ago, and we had actually quite an interesting conversation that very much highlights the points that were already brought up by Ambassador Gorazd Renselj. Ambassador Ignacio Bañez also asked me to address his congratulations to all the people that are here. He had an unsolvable agenda issue that didn't allow him to join us, but he asked me to address a special message of support from the EU to this event, and also his personal compliments to Ambassador Gorazd. Let me now say a few things that I think go a little bit in the sense of what has already been said, and hopefully will be, let's say, an additional stimulus for the things that we are going to talk during these 2 hours or 1 hour and a half conversation. Only a few days ago, we had actually the pleasure of listening a message from Commissioner Margrethe Vestager, actually Vice President Margrethe Vestager. I'm sorry. This never happens except when we don't want that it happens. And Mrs. Vice President Vestager actually addressed us a very interesting speech at the occasion of the Painel Tele Brazil, where he notably highlighted the important role of Brazil as one of EU like-minded partners in the world. This shows very much how important for the EU is the role of Brazil. I think it's the 5th largest country in the world and one of the top 10 economies in the world. A usual partner in the G20 meetings that we had, where we largely discuss the prospects of making the world a better world. And ultimately, this is not done just because governments think about it, but because we have the engagement of entrepreneurs, of people like all the participants we have in this meeting that are ready to really bring their energy, their creativity, and discuss ways of transforming the concept of digital transformation into something tangible for people, that brings jobs, that brings creation of wealth, and ultimately better conditions for all of us. I mean, the European Union has been very much pushing for a reinforcement of the actions on the digital transformation, especially when we are dealing with topics like the innovation chapter, the aspects of digital inclusion, and indeed what we have in the context of the examples that are being provided by PORTO Digital are very much aligned with this idea, because we are looking about ways of exploring new forms of doing business, exploring also how our interaction with the many gestures of our day-to-day life by using and adopting digital. And to some extent, the pandemic period was an excellent illustration of what can be achieved with this. we are also very interested in having the Slovenian presidency in bringing this topic, because it's a very happy coincidence that we are now discussing, as part of, let's say, the outreach of the European Recovery and Resilience Plan, some activities that bring together the EU programs and also the initiatives of member states under the so-called Team Europe. And that's very much the idea of actually exploring to the best the synergies that can be developed. And these synergies involve countries of all sizes, and in particular involve also very much the private sector. As I was saying a little bit before, the entrepreneurs, the people that have new ideas, the people that want to really overcome what is the traditional ways of doing business and explore all the potential of digital. Also, perhaps a very interesting element is that we expect to launch in the coming days an extension of the so-called European Enterprise Network, which is an initiative brought up by the Commission that involves, for instance, entities like the Chambers of Commerce, and in this sense, it's very good for us to have the Slovenian Chamber of Commerce with us. My compliments to Mr. Matthias Koken, but also their counterparts in countries like Brazil, entities like, for instance, SEPROPE, entities like the state centers for innovation and entrepreneurship. This is very important because it will create the possibilities to really think about new business ventures, think about ways of exchanging experiences, exchanging know-how between Brazil and EU, between EU and Brazil. And through this kind of synergistic contact, think about new ways of creating successful contacts and push forward an agenda for growth, an agenda for new economic ties between EU and Brazil, with benefits for all of them. I mean, I'm absolutely persuaded that this is just a point of departure for many successful new ventures between Slovenia and Brazil, and in particular the state of Pernambuco, that has a very special place in the history of Brazil. And I think it's very good to see Brazil and Pernambuco somehow meeting again his traditions of being one of the economic centers of this big and important country. My compliments to all, and all the success in this very interesting event that we are going to have today. Many thanks for the privilege of being here with you, and I'll be following your conversations, at least for the part that I can. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Minister Consular, Mr. Oliveira. We move forward to Lucas Cavalcante Ramos, Secretary of Science, Technology and Innovation in the States of Pernambuco. The floor is yours, please.
Thank you, Matthias. Hello, everyone. Good morning. I know I should this in English, but I would ask your permission to do the speech in Portuguese because I feel more comfortable. I don't want to lose anything in this meeting, so I ask your permission. Is that okay for you all? If I do in Portuguese, thank you very much. Let's go. Quero saudar o excelentíssimo senhor embaixador da Eslovênia no Brasil, Mr. Hensel, o presidente da Câmara de Comércio da Eslovênia, Mr. Kokan, senhor Carlos Oliveira, ministro conselheiro da União Europeia no Brasil, nosso grande parceiro, Michael Rainer, né, cônsul honorário da Eslovênia no Recife, demais participantes, em especial os pernambucanos que se encontram nesse ecossistema de inovação que se amplia. Construir parcerias sólidas é uma prioridade para o governo de Pernambuco. Na Secretaria de Ciência, Tecnologia e Inovação, trabalhamos diariamente para reforçar a integração entre a academia, o poder público e os setores produtivos, a fim de impulsionar a formação de pessoas, ampliar o desenvolvimento de novas tecnologias e amadurecer a cultura inovadora em nosso estado. O evento de hoje marca mais um passo decisivo nessa direção, ao abrir caminho para parcerias estratégicas entre ecossistemas de tecnologia da informação da República da Eslovênia e de Pernambuco, a nossa República. As discussões que teremos hoje, a troca de informações e experiências entre empresas e instituições que faz parte da programação, serão decisivas para a estruturação de acordos de cooperação técnica e de transferência tecnológica. Há um amplo potencial para que possamos expandir nossos parques tecnológicos e ambientes de inovação. Hoje, Pernambuco possui 2 centros que são referência em suas áreas. O Porto Digital, aqui presente, na pessoa do presidente Pierre Lucena, com 21 anos de atuação, um dos maiores polos de TI do Brasil, reconhecido mundialmente pela excelência das empresas aqui instaladas na produção de software e de serviços de TIC e economia criativa. O outro parque tecnológico, o Parque TEL, de eletrônicos e tecnologias afins, um hub de produção, inovação e capacitação de empresas para a produção de hardware. Além disso, nesse mês de setembro, iniciamos uma verdadeira revolução em Pernambuco, o programa Espaços 4.0, que promoverá a implantação de 22 centros de inovação em todas as regiões de desenvolvimento de Pernambuco. É a interiorização das nossas ações e políticas de CTI. Isso significa que, no curto prazo, nós teremos mais centros de inovação que todo o estado de São Paulo, o ente federativo mais rico do Brasil. Verdadeiros centros de manufatura avançada, formados por tecnologias portadoras do futuro, inteiramente conectados com a produção e difusão de conhecimento, em desenvolvimento de games, manufatura avançada, cultura maker, economia criativa, economia circular, negócios 4.0, inteligência artificial e ciência de dados. Enxergo também amplas oportunidades de parcerias para a formação de pessoas. Hoje, conforme Carmelo Bastos, nosso diretor, poderá explicar melhor em sua fala, temos em plena operação o programa Forma AI, maior política pública de formação de pessoas em habilidades, competências e tecnologias do futuro, o maior da história de Pernambuco. Até o final do ano, vamos capacitar 10 mil pessoas, com um investimento do governo de Pernambuco na ordem de 9 milhões de reais. Nessa área, podemos discutir programas de intercâmbio de estudantes, de cientistas, projetos de extensão tecnológica, residências tecnológicas, envolvendo instituições de ensino de Pernambuco, da Eslovênia, reforçando com formação de capital humano as futuras iniciativas de transferência tecnológica que serão desenhadas a partir de hoje. E não poderia deixar de mencionar em nosso encontro as oportunidades no mercado de agritech. Conhecemos a ampla produção de vinhos da Eslovênia, com mais de 30 mil produtores. E temos aqui em Pernambuco, no sertão do São Francisco, a segunda maior produção de uvas do Brasil. O Vale do São Francisco responde por 99% de todo o cultivo da fruta no Nordeste. Acredito que temos muito mais áreas para avançarmos conjuntamente. Além disso, além de parabenizar pela realização desse evento, quero desde já colocar o governo de Pernambuco à disposição de todos, para que possamos avançar com agilidade nos projetos e ações que começarão a ganhar forma a partir de agora. Muito obrigado pela oportunidade e desejo um ótimo dia de trabalho a todos. I swear God, it will be available to you all in English. I sent you by email. Thank you very much for the opportunity and have a nice day.
Muito obrigada pelas palavras e resumo, secretário. Vamos. Honorary Consul Rainier will do the summary of his speech, of the speech of Mr. Secretary Ramos in his speech. So we must move forward. So I would like to give the word to Director of Innovation, Environment and Higher Education, SCT de Pernambuco, Mr. Carmelo José Albanês Bastos Filhos. The floor is yours, please.
Good afternoon, good morning. It's a great pleasure to attend this meeting today. The speed in which this event was organized shows how Slovenia and Pernambuco breathe innovation. In the first meeting 2 months ago, we realized with Mr. Renier that we have many synergy that can be developed, including wine production and information technology collaboration. Pernambuco today has the densest information technology hub in Latin America. So we can try to foster this kind of collaboration, including some of the possibilities to form people, since we have the greatest and the more extensive program to form people in technological skills in the history of Pernambuco. Until 2022, we will form 10,000 people in several areas of the Industry 4.0 and digital strategies. So we are willing to help and to collaborate in this great effort to join these 2 important ecosystems. So we have now the collaboration with the 6 universities that are located in Pernambuco and 52 technical schools that form the system of formation in technological skill in Pernambuco. So with the certainty of yet another advances in innovation ecosystem, we are available to support, and I hope this meeting can foster some of these possible collaborations. We are willing to help, and we desire a nice day of work for you all.
Thank you, Mr. Carmelo Albanês Bastos de Filho. I'm inviting now vereador de Câmara Municipal do Recife, City Councillor of Town Hall, Mr. Zé Neto, to do his brief speech, please.
Bom dia a todas e a todos. Quero saudar todas as autoridades em nome do secretário de Ciência e Tecnologia de Pernambuco, meu amigo e deputado estadual Lucas Ramos. Quero, em primeiro lugar, agradecer da Eslovênia e a Ives Nogueira, diretor executivo da SOFTEXRECIFE, pelo convite. É uma honra poder participar de um evento tão importante na área de economia digital. Deve dizer que, nesta área, o intercâmbio e a cooperação são fundamentais. Em se tratando de Brasil e Eslovênia, a Resolução Eslovênia de Pesquisa e Estratégia de Inovação de 2011 a 2020 definiu que o aumento da cooperação bilateral com o Brasil e outras economias emergentes seria o objetivo principal. A Eslovênia vislumbrou o quanto as economias ligadas ao BRICS, que inclui Brasil, Rússia, Índia, China e África do Sul, vinham investindo em pesquisa e desenvolvimento, e teve a iniciativa de realizar acordos nas áreas de ciência e tecnologia. Este workshop aponta no sentido de estreitarmos os laços e unirmos forças para as futuras cooperações na área de economia digital. Se de um lado sabemos de todas as gestões do governo esloveno investir em ciência, tecnologia e inovação, por outro, mais localmente, a capital de Pernambuco, Recife, foi destaque em um material publicado pelo portal internacional Rest of the World, como uma das 6 cidades do mundo que lideram a construção do futuro da indústria de TI. Sem dúvida, o hub de tecnologia Porto Digital transformou Recife em referência, não só no Brasil, mas no mundo. Desta forma, a troca de experiências e de iniciativas já tomadas será fundamental para construirmos relações mais estreitas. Tenho certeza de que esse encontro servirá a este propósito e um investimento ainda maior na economia digital.
Obrigada, vereador, pelas palavras. Thank you, Mr. Councillor. It will be translated by Henrique Steinberg, the Business and Open Innovation Executive of SOFTEXRECIFE, who was also responsible to gather and organize this such an amazing event with us. Please.
Hello, good morning, you all. Okay. Vereador Zé Neto, that I will translate now, Ives Nogueira, President of SOFTEXRECIFE, Pierre Lucena from Porto Digital, and all other representatives in this important meeting right now. In the words of Vereador José Neto, he talks that I want first to thank Rainer Michel, Consul of Slovenia, and Ives Nogueira, Executive Director of SOFTEXRECIFE, for the invitation. It is an honor to be able to participate in such important event in the digital economy area. It should be said that in this area, exchange and cooperation are fundamental. When it is Brazil and Slovenia, the Slovenian Research, Resolution and Innovation Strategy to 2011-2020 has defined that increasing bilateral cooperation with Brazil and other emerging economies will be the main objective. Slovenia viewed how much the BRICS-linked economies, which include Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, have been investing in research and development and had the initiative to make agreements in the areas of science and technology. This workshop points towards narrowing the strengths and joining strengths for future cooperation in the area of digital economy. If on the one side, we know all that Slovenian government management to invest in science, technology, and innovation, on the other, more locally, the capital of Pernambuco, Recife, was featured in a material published by the Rest of World International Portal as one of the 6 world cities leading to build the future of the IT industry. Without doubt, the Porto Digital Technology Hub made Recife a reference not only in Brazil, but in the world. Thus, the exchange of experiences and initiatives already taken will be essential to build closer relationships, and I am sure, Vereador Zé Neto says, that this meeting will serve that purpose and an even greater investment in the digital economy. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Henrique. And now I would like to give the word to Honorary Slovenian Consul in Recife and also Region Director of SLOBRAZ, Mr. Michael Hanier. The floor is yours.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you are all listening to me very well. Ambassador Goras, a good friend and a supporter of all the ideas and the projects that I have proposed. Secretary Lucas Ramos, it's also good to see you again. Thank you for your support in the great meeting that we've had. Ambassador Carlos, Minister Carlos from the European Union, thank you for your presence in accepting the invitation. Director Carmelo also, thank you for participating. Zé Neto, City Council, Vereadores, thank you for being here. It's a pleasure. I will not follow all the official protocol and mentioning all names, but allow me to be very brief to move on to the next phase. I will also ask and thank the ecosystem of Pernambuco, the President Pierre Lucena, also a good friend of mine, to be present and to be supporting this event. Ives Nogueira, and from the Slovenian counterpart, I should mention Vasco, thank you for your support from the beginning, and also the good Pernambucano Ernest Jen, who was together in Pernambuco almost 7 years ago, who is the beginner of this project and supporter since the day zero. It's a pleasure to see Porto Digital and ZITex talking with the support of SLOBRAZ. I should also mention the support and the leadership of the president of SLOBRAZ, Matthias. 5 years ago, when we opened the consulate here, it was a very interesting event. It was done at the Assembleia Legislativa, at the State Assembly. It was the first time that the consulate was opened in a public building in Recife. So this demonstrates the importance, Ambassador, and all members presented, of how Pernambuco sees Slovenia since the beginning. At the time, we were very good friends of the former Governor Eduardo Campos. Economic diplomacy is the main branch of action of Slovenia. And this is what we are pursuing here in Pernambuco. It doesn't look only for creating jobs, but social justice between the areas. Ernst, I thank you, because in 2000, when we opened the consulate here 5 years ago, you were by my side. So this year, 2021, is a special year because we have 5 years of the consulate, 30 years of independence of the Slovenia, and the presidency of the European Union by Slovenia. Pernambuco is the consular hub of the northeastern region with more than 40 diplomatic representations. It demonstrates the importance, Secretary Lucas, of Pernambuco not only to Brazil, but to the world. And as Ambassador mentioned, we should regain the position of this importance with the support of Pernambuco, with your views. We have to change the views of the world, not to only see the south or southern part of Brazil. We have to look to this area, which has growth comparable to the best countries in the world. An ecosystem that it is a visiting card for Brazil. So this is why we're here. And allow me to translate very freely and very shortly the words of Secretary Lucas. Secretary Lucas mentioned the big potential of exchange and partnerships between Slovenia and Pernambuco. He mentioned Porto Digital as a TIC hub area. He also mentioned PARCTEL. PARCTEL is a very important hub for innovation and hardware development. Pernambuco has done a great job also creating one thing that was launched in September, which is called Espaços 4.0, which will launch Pernambuco as a hub of innovation for Brazil, creating 22 centers of innovations throughout the state. This is very important, which will create Pernambuco a situation with more innovation centers than São Paulo. These innovation centers will be culture maker innovation centers, 4.2 business, games. So it will be something that it will be looked for the partnership with Slovenia. Pernambuco is also looking for qualification, professional qualification, exchange of academic exchange, and human capital between Slovenia and Pernambuco. And last but not least, as the Secretary very well mentioned, it was a conversation between our last meeting and also Ambassador. We have a region now that produces 99% of the grapes in the northeastern region. So this is something that could be combined with Slovenia, with the production of wine and agri-tech culture. I thank you very much for all your support. I thank you for all the startups that are here presenting. We hope that we will have a good event presenting and creating value and creating match for future events. Thank you very much and have a good day.
Thank you, Mr. Honorary Consul Jaime, also being the big supporter and a big part of this organization, the event today. We end this first part by inviting Director of Slovenian Enterprise Fund, Ms. Maja Tomanic-Vidovic, to present ideas of the Memorandum of Understanding. Please, Ms. Vidovic, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me to this interesting event. So welcome from the Slovene Enterprise Fund. We are a national support institution for all Slovene startups, scale-ups and high-tech companies, also for all other micro, small and medium-sized companies, but more or less in this relationship together with with Brazilian ecosystem, we are talking about the startups and scale-ups companies. We have a lot of different programs, some support how to internationalize their businesses, how to find a good partnership, how to exchange knowledge, transfer all know-how. And therefore, we already have some contacts with more or less high growth tech centers in the world, like Silicon Valley, like Asia, Berlin, Dubai. And there is also an idea to make this kind of cooperation with so-called Pernambuco industry, IT industry, with this region, and we are very happy to participate and to help to foster internationalization cooperation in this kind of companies. The parties agreed to jointly form a cluster of ICT industry with the aim, of course, to jointly develop some products or potential find some solutions or some synergy among different products or programs or services. Of course, reinforce some marketing activities and also to reinforce some research capabilities, so to make that these institutions, research institution, knowledge-based institution and businesses will start to cooperate, because through this cooperation we can create also good business relationship among our companies, and this is what we would like to reach in a global system post-COVID system, together of course with also with the European Union. And what is the problem of the Slovenian startup and scale-ups companies? They are more or less concentrated on EU markets and not as much as they can be on other global markets. And this is a very good opportunity that we increase their and that we encourage them to start to look also on the Brazilian ecosystem. So welcome, and I hope that next year we will be able to talk a little bit more about some concrete results.
Thank you, Ms. Tomaric-Vidovic, for your words. We quickly move forward with the second part, with the business part, which will be led by Ernest, my co-host, Ernest Jayan, ZITex, Vice President. And good luck.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Matthias. Welcome, friends. Welcome, partners. Thank you for this opportunity. Let's not talk business, let's do business, okay? So before we do that, the floor goes to Vasco Berdin, President of ZITex, and my very good friend. Vasco, show us the way.
Thank you, Ernest. Thank you for the kind words, Your Excellencies and dear guests, dear friends. Thank you for your attendance. We're more than 40 today together in hope to facilitate the conditions to make more business come true between Slovenia and Brazil. One of the words I always read on the Brazilian flag is progresso, and this is what we do. We progress, we evolve every day, and this is why we are today here. We are here to promote, of course, as ZITex's primary role is to promote Slovene solutions to the international market. There are 200 million Brazilians, or even more if I'm right, and there are 2 million Slovene citizens, whereby we do a lot of new things, we do creative things, smart and green, but what we do is lack of such an important and such a great market as, for example, Brasilia is. Nonetheless, Ranier, thank you very much that we started with Pernambuco years ago, and as you already mentioned and my colleagues mentioned, Pernambuco can be one of the entry points to this big market. And of course, it can be also an exit point for Brazilian companies to visit and go to Slovenia. This is the progresso I see, and I hope that from today's meetings on, and also B2Bs that will follow, will make not just partnership, friendships, and of course some EBITDA. As mentioned, Slovenian IT companies do focus on green, creative, and smart. This is one of the 3 pillars we work on. ZITex is part of the Slovene Chamber of Commerce, whereby we facilitate as a hub to everyone who has the export wish or want to go international, to help them and to help them into getting informations, or to link with the guys as you are, that are counterparts on Brazilian sites. I will not go into details what ZITex does. We have more than 70-80 members who do want to export Slovenian knowledge abroad. We focus on 4 main areas. This is smart cities, digital transformation, as it was already mentioned, a new form of how governments do, so government 5.0. So this is the digitalization of how we deal, or how government deals with us, and of course the e-health. Those are primary focuses of ZITex, but let this be enough for today. I'm really happy that 9, I think it's 9, it's correct number of Slovene companies will pitch today. They will say what they're all about, and I hope there will be some progresso in next couple of days, weeks, and years to come, and that also we will have not just online meetings, and also live meetings either in Slovenia or in Pernambuco. So thank you very much also to Matthias and all who made this possible, and I'm happy to see you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Vasco.
Thank you, Vasco. So this was Slovenian side, and let's see whether the Brazilian side thinks any differently. So from software part, I would kindly ask Pierre from Porto Digital to shed a light from your side.
Hi, could you listen to me?
Yes, we can.
Okay.
And we can see you also.
Okay, at first, I'd like to thank you for the Embassy and the Consulate of Slovenia for inviting me to open this event. It's special for me because I've been to Slovenia before. I stayed in Ljubljana for a week and I really enjoyed it. It's an amazing country. And I will present an institutional video about Porto Digital. It's only about 50 seconds, okay? But sorry, because the video is in Portuguese, but it's important for understand our ecosystem. Just a minute.
While sharing, please don't forget to share also sound, whether you want for us to hear it. Okay.
Nós somos lugar, uma ilha no centro do Recife, que transborda pela cidade, conectando o mar aos rios, o antigo ao novo, conectando centenas de empresas de tecnologia e economia criativa a clientes por todo o mundo. Nós somos pessoas quietas, criativas, empreendedoras, conectadas umas às outras através desse lugar, para as inquietações ganharem força, para a criatividade ganhar asas, para os empreendimentos ganharem o mundo. Nós somos negócios, startups, estudos criativos, coletivos, coworkings, freelancers, empreendedores e muitas oportunidades. Tudo acontecendo ao mesmo tempo, no centro do Recife, presencialmente, remotamente, indefinidamente. Você pode trabalhar aqui, investir aqui, contratar quem está aqui. Você pode trazer sua empresa para cá. Quando nossas conexões acontecem, não há limites para o que você pode fazer. Porto Digital, onde as conexões acontecem.
Porto Digital, as you can see, is an open and urban technological park. It's the biggest technological park in Brazil now. It's located in the Recife Old Town. It's in the center of the city. And after 21 years, you can see the results. The public policy has today 350 organizations, like companies and some entities like Porto Digital, SOFTEX, ASSESPRO, that is an association of software companies, SEPROPE, and the Manguezal, that is a community of startups, 2 incubators, 4 private accelerators, 7 science institutes, and we have a proper college and partnerships with several universities located in Recife. We have big companies here like Uber, Fiat Chrysler, Avanade, Accenture, Deloitte, and much more companies here. And we have a lot of companies that grow here as well, like Cesar, Avantia, Accio, and many others. We have more than 13,000 workers here in Porto Digital. And anyway, we are open for partnerships with you and proud to open this door with you. We have plans to stay in Europe as well, but I think this is the beginning. And thanks a lot for these events, and good day for everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, Pierre. As Pierre already mentioned, a very strong association of software, ASSESPRO, is also today with us. So I kindly ask its president, Lai, to take over.
Okay.
Lai, Xavier, are you with us?
Lai? No, I don't think so.
No. Okay, don't worry. So we will move forward to SOFTEXRECIFE President Ives Nogueira. Are you with us?
No.
Excuse me. So Pierre, he did all like resume of all the companies and presenting everybody. So you can already move.
I think I have talked for everybody.
You can go directly to business already. Companies in 5 pitch.
Excellent. So let's do business. So actually, don't forget, as mentioned before, you have 5 minutes. So please be pünktlich, as Germans would say. And we will start with a Slovenian company, CC. Mr. Gregor Drev, are you with us? Are you ready? We can't hear you, unfortunately, dear. Can you unmute?
Hello, I'm Mirjana from VSI SI. Gregor is also here. I will just do the first couple of 2.5 minutes, and then he can take over the business-to-business meetings later on.
Your time.
Okay, perfect. So hello, everyone. It's really nice to see so many of you here. I will share my screen if I can, if this will be possible. Yes. Okay. Well, it's not so much important, the presentation, but I hope, can you see my screen, everyone?
Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
Okay. Perfect. So as I said, my name is Mirjana. I'm head of sales and communication at our VSI.SI company. We are actually a digital marketing agency, and we are specialized in increasing digital visibility for companies that are in Slovenia and want to achieve results and visibility in other European countries. And we also work with other companies from, let's say, Switzerland, Germany, that are interested in ex-Yugoslavian markets and markets in Slovenia or English-speaking markets. So in digital marketing, as you probably lots of you know, what's really important is to be visible on Google, to have good ads, to have social media marketing presence. But the core of our work is, and it's already for more than 12 years, so-called SEO, search engine optimization, because we all know that if somebody is searching for something in particular language, and if they find that company on the first page, you kind of already did a lot for some company to reach you. So basically, our goal today here is that we launch our model as well as Brazil to the interested participants. Our business model works very well on small markets that are very complicated and very competitive, language-wise, culturally-wise, and we are sure that it can work very well as in Brazil or in some other countries. So our first aim is to search for partnerships who would like to partner with VSI-SI and bring that model to Brazil and work on digital marketing, SEO presence in Brazil for companies. As well, our goal is to help companies from Brazil that want to be presented properly on the internet and to be visible. We can help them. So basically, anything that involves visibility and market research on search engines, we are here for that. And yeah, our team is quite big, growing every day, and I would be very happy to talk later on as well with anyone some next days. And later for networking today, our CEO can take the stand, Gregor. Thank you, everyone. I hope that was 5 minutes, I think. Four and a half. Yeah.
It was actually 4. So thank you, Mirjana. So before we go from CEO to the next speaker who will be speaking about construction projects.
Can I just have a few minutes more from VSI.si?
Yes, of course.
I just would like to say that in 2005, I bought WSI franchise from Toronto, which is a global company presented in more than 80 countries. But WSI doesn't have advantage for non-English market. With VSI.si, we develop advantage which help us, our clients, smaller clients, to beat bigger on Google. And Slovenia is very hard market for SEO, for internet marketing. And if this business model working in small Slovenia, where is high competition, it can work anywhere as well, anywhere in the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Gregor. So you heard him. Whoever needs additional SEO optimization, please don't hesitate to talk with our colleagues from the C company. But before we go to the next company in the construction business, I would kindly ask Ives Nogueira from SOFTEX to tell us a few words. Ives, are you with us? You raised the hand. Hello? Ives, you raised hand. Mr. Nogueira? Otherwise, we go forward.
Ives.
Okay, so let's go forward with the next company. It's called CGS Labs from construction. So, my dear friends, CGS, the floor is yours.
Yes, thank you very much. Let me share my screen just short. I hope you will see it. Let me see this. You see my screen?
We can see your screen.
Okay, excellent. Thank you. So my name is Matthias. I'm managing director, civil engineer. Our company, CGS Labs, has got some experience in Brazil, and I would like to share our experience in this very short presentation. So actually, CGS Labs is more than 30 years on the market. We are developing software solutions for engineers, especially for roads and for railways. So this is infrastructure, transportation, and we have, let's say, experience and our own products which are sold all over the world, including Brazil. So construction industry in generally faces many challenges. I would not list all of them. There are many, and digitalization really is key for let's say improving the performance of this old industry. This is our team from Ljubljana. We are working through our resellers worldwide, and we also do have some our own companies in markets, in important markets. Yeah, our major products that we sell worldwide is software for design of roads. The first one is Platea, AutoPath, AutoSign. These are specialized tools used by architects and designers, and also in construction companies. Then we have Ferrovia for railway design, Aquaterra for river engineering design, and Vedra is a special system, weather information system for optimizing winter maintenance operations. So we are specialists in this field for many years. And in Brazil, we cooperate with some of our partners, some resellers. We try to somehow, let's say, establish a reseller network. we cooperate a lot. So we teach them, we let's say localize our software, well, we are let's say very frequently working together. So we have some customers, we have some prospective customers, and let's say these are some of the companies that use or are very interested also in our software. You see, these are companies from, let's say, this sector, transportation sector, so including railways, metros, highways, local roads, all kinds of this infrastructure is, let's say, included here. So let me talk a little bit about the challenges that we see. It looks like that Brazil in general is not, let's say, increasing its funds for infrastructure, let's say, construction, but I think in the long term this should happen because we see all over the world very large investments as the population grows because of many other challenges. So we have to build effective infrastructure. Some more specific challenges that we have encountered in Brazil. We realized that Brazil is really a big country. So, working with just 2 or 3 resellers is just not enough. So we will need more companies. And yes, we are here and we are searching for new partnerships in Brazil. Another challenge, yes, English language is not always accepted, so we hire people who speak Portuguese, so to be, let's say, able to communicate fluently with our customers. Also finding a reliable partners in Brazil is not easy, so it's a long history, how we went through, and we were not successful with our partners by now. So we need to meet some local technical requirements. Sometimes we see also quite unrealistic price expectations, at least as we are more, let's say, used to European, let's say, expectations or expectations on some more developed markets. Yes, but we see, of course, Brazil is a country in the development, so we are ready to adapt and we are adapting to it. Another, let's say, challenge that we see is quite complex tax environment, which somehow increases our prices in this competitive environment. So that's it from my side. Thank you very much. You're welcome to visit our website. Thank you.
Thank you, Matthias. So you heard from the entrepreneur who is already present in Brazil, and he's just searching for new partners. That's very interesting and very important to know that he's already fluent in all the local customs. And now we go from the construction company, to the OmniOpti. OmniOpti is a company in the optimization of logistics. OmniOpti, are you with us?
Yes. Okay, I'm sharing my screen.
The floor is yours.
Thank you very much. So we are specialists in optimization of logistics, especially route optimization. So we're bringing a new dimension to route optimization process also through alternative routes. This is the classic vehicle routing problem where you have to visit many locations for, let's say, home deliveries or some services or similar. And you have to decide who will go where and what's the sequence going to be. Usually there are some fixed routes or areas, or sometimes you have some dispatchers that make these decisions and so on, or sometimes even drivers, what's the sequence going to be. But it's really a very complex problem. I'm a mathematician by profession and optimization is my passion. And we're really trying hard to do the best possible job with a minimal amount of resources. So the classic route optimization, typically compared to, let's say, manual route assignment, can save 10 to 30% of the costs, which is really a huge amount. So we are covering this also. However, our specialty is even an add-on to that. because all the companies, all other providers assume there's only one connection between each pair of location, and they usually use the fastest route. This is a good strategy, but not always the best, because the fastest route can be quite long. On the other hand, if you say, okay, let's take the shortest one, this might take too much time. So we have two objectives, time and distance, which are a bit contrary. But there are many other alternative solutions, alternative routes, which are shorter than the fastest and faster than the shortest. We've developed a new algorithm that can provide a lot of these options. So if this is the shortest and this is the this is the fastest and this is the shortest, these dots represent additional options, additional routes. So instead of only one, we can provide many routes. That means we can add a new dimension to the problem, make it more complex. However, we also improve the results. So we can boost the performance of the classic optimizers by up to 40%. So if a company already has a route optimization solution, we can boost its performance and reduce the distance and the fuel costs by additional 5 to 15%. If not, we can just provide the whole package and do the complete optimization. So our module is software as a service. We have modular solutions which can easily be integrated via API with existing solutions, because we know large companies often already have some solutions which cannot be exchanged very fast. Also, our business model is subscription based, so there are no big investments in the beginning, and return on investment is from the day one practically. Our competition, of course, there are other providers, but we are better, especially in the number of objectives that we can take into account. Time, distance, we already mentioned, but this can be costs, emissions, safety, or whatever that you can describe with a number. And we can also provide more alternative routes, more options, but we can also pick out the best ones in a specific situation for you. And what we're actually looking for are partnerships and projects. We already have a local partner in Brazil, and are now starting a pilot project with the first company, which has about 700 vehicles. And we're looking forward to also next project, and also possible other partnerships like system integrators, companies which already have connections to our prospects and have compatible solutions so that we can be integrated with them. So for example, in Slovenia, we have already integrated with several companies like vehicle tracking companies, even online marketing agency and so on. So yeah, we're bringing a new dimension to route optimization. Practically, we can improve any kind of company which is doing some distribution or services operations. Also, recently we have gone also into warehouse arrival management solutions, but still this route optimization is our core business. Okay, thank you very much. This is it for the moment.
Thank you, Martin. So to our dear Brazilian friends, if your competition has Google Maps, you will be better with OmniOpti. So call Martin and he will help you with achieving a better results from your competition. So we go to the next company, XLab. Mitya, you are with us. Shall you present the solution?
Thank you very much. I shall present the solution.
You have 5 minutes.
Thank you. Please do remind me 1 minute before. We are ISL Online. It's the product for remote control of distant computers. This is a product that you have all used when you are working from home and you're connecting to a distant computer, or when you have a problem with your online banking and the supporter helps you on your own screen. And we have started this many years ago. So we started this about 20 years ago, and we now have partners worldwide, more than 30 partners, also strong partners in Brazil, and we need more. We are usually integrated into a lot of other software, so I'm going to skip forwards. So quite often we are integrated into the tools that are used by companies. So here is an example of a railway company, of the German railway, and this is the remote desktop support that they are using. And they are only allowing this remote desktop to be used within the company. The aim is that this increases the security awareness of the users. This is another reference, which is FAO. This is also running globally. And here I will stress another thing. Whenever you're transporting remote desktop, you think of how to do it securely. What we're offering it to be installed on premise, so it runs on the servers of a company or of a government. Which brings me, okay, another reference, Konica Minolta, which brings me to the references, and we're gonna skip the international ones and let's just talk about the Brazilian ones. So we started in Brazil 18 years ago, and I must say that in the last years, since we have been more active with Rainer in RECIFE and also in Porto Digital, I must say I was very keen on visiting that. We have gained a few customers that I would say are stronger, like Oi and Alterdata. The thing is that we are only offering our core software, and then all the add-ons are being done within Brazil. So we need really strong teams that are technically strong as well as sales strong. And this is also our path forward. So we believe that we are able to enable Brazil, so to speak, to be better and to work remotely and to be able to be less worrying about the fuel prices and more doing it remotely. Thank you very much. I believe this would be enough.
Oh my gosh, you were so good, so fast. Congratulations. So actually, I asked Mitya before if we use his technology, whether he will be able to cater also coffee. He said no, so we stick with Microsoft Teams. But for your other needs in your software, ICL Online is the perfect solution to share screen, to share work, and we are using very intensively. So my dear friends, now we go to another very interesting company. It's called M-Strategy. They are from both Slovenia and Brazil alike. So let's hear from them how this works for them.
Okay, well, thank you very much for the opportunity to present my company. I'm also the Vice President of the Union of Slovenians in Brazil. I'm very happy to be here and expecting a lot from outcomes of these presentations. I'm the founder of M-Strategy, who have been working with data analysis and analytical data, really focused on pharmaceutical corporations. We have been in business for over 15 years, really focused in centering data analysis, mobility, providing solutions, especially for the marketing services at pharmaceutical corporations. We have been, nowadays our solutions are empowering over 2,000 reps in the pharma companies, corporations. We have also solutions installed and running at over 5 countries, Brazil, Argentina, mainly South America. Some of our clients, they're major international corporations. We have also a Brazilian pharmaceutical corporation. We are also close to close a new deal with also a big Brazilian pharmaceutical corporation, I hope in the coming weeks. So we're very glad the market is returning to the old rhythm before the pandemic. we have been working not only on consulting services, but we also products that we launched for pharmaceutical corporations. One of the major software that we have been releasing is the Salesforce KPIs. We are focusing on empowering the Salesforce for pharmaceutical corporations, bringing them insights, information, knowledge, leads, and so forth. On the same agenda, we have also been working on parallel services, servicing Salesforce, and some of the solutions are advanced analytics, providing solutions for incentives, accrual, computations, targeting, segmentation, Salesforce sizing. So we have been working very closely with the pharmaceutical corporations, helping them support sales teams, in deployment and things like that. Another area that we have also solution is pharmaceutical events. There is a huge marketing effort from pharmaceuticals to promote their products, granting conferences to doctors, inviting doctors to conferences and so forth. So we have a solution also for managing that relationship. You have a certain number of invitations and the reps are inviting doctors. There is approval process. There is also regulatory restrictions that you have to obey with respect to the regulatory agencies. So that software offers also solutions to this complex management process. Well, anyhow, I'm very helpful that we are open to new projects. We're looking at other areas of activities, and we are very hopeful, who knows, to be able to join together Brazil and some Slovenian opportunities. I mean, we can always help you, to come to Brazil and maybe to test products, develop markets. Well, we are very open to new opportunities. Well, thank you very much. That's my information, and I hope to hear from you.
Thank you, Boris. So I hope you understood. So if you need any competences in the pharma industry, especially regarding sales, Boris is the right guy to call. And I would also like to note to everybody here that please, if you have any business inquiry or notion, please write it down. You have a chat, you have a meeting chat. It's a small button with a chat on it. And colleague Gregor already is searching for a business partner. So please feel free to use the chat inside Microsoft Teams. And while you do that, we will fly together, not on one wings, but on 3 wings. So my dear friends from 3 wings, do step forward and let's fly together.
Hello. Alvaro, I'm founder and CEO of 3 Wings. I'm going to present you. Just 1 second, please. Trying to make it work.
You have 5 minutes, dear, not 1 second. So feel free.
Thank you so much. Well, let's go. So as I've told you, I'm the founder and CEO of 3 Wings, and today I'm going to show you how you can reduce costs while increasing efficiency and patient satisfaction in healthcare. Cost and inefficiency is a worldwide problem in healthcare, and pandemics only made it worse. So hospitals function very much in the same way worldwide. So the problems tend to be also the same and common problems. 3 Wings, it's an health tech. We were born a few years ago as an answer to a problem when I was director of one of the most complex and biggest hospitals in Brazil, in Latin America. And I was constantly bombarded with demands of hiring more and more people, as if by hiring people, all the problems in the world will be solved. And that created a great frustration inside me because I was making decisions mostly based on feeling and not on any objective reasons. the thing is that hospitals are very complex systems. And that's why it's so difficult. They are so difficult to manage. So that you can have an idea, you can have a ratio of 10 human resources for one patient. Okay, and that means it's a lot of people. That represents a big cost in hospitals, and roughly around 50% of the costs with the hospitals are with human resources, directly or indirectly paid. And another thing is the fact that most of the time management is not around. A week has got 168 hours, and management is around 40 hours, like everybody else. So about 75% of time management is not around. So the challenge is to connect all those people, those processes and flows. Hospitals are like clusters of services with a lot of small companies working inside to promote service to patients. So to make things work more efficiently, we decided to start for free using technology and gathering an immense amount of potential metadata and digitalizing processes and providing valid information to allow real-time lean management. So basically, we've got 5 pillars. First, we got a demand center. So hospital personnel can order and register in an integrated channel and way whatever their demands are, being transporting a patient, cleaning a room, setting up a chirurgical room, making sure an antibiotic gets to the patient on the right time. And after that, that information is swiftly taken to the people that needs to perform those activities. And so we have the mobile app. So all the information related to the test can be also inputted in the smartphone, giving evidences. So you have checklists and you can read QR codes and you got location and whatnot. So that's very much important in order to gain that speed and to have all the information that it's needed to perform the task. So when all that informations are presented to managers and supervisors throughout customized dashboards. So what we do is that we gather all the information that's being gathered, and we customize dashboards so that each supervisor or manager sees what he needs to see in real time and takes action, and improving their capacity to attend the demands. But we know that people aren't going to be looking at the dashboard all the time. You know, that's not realistic. So we understood that we had to take a step further. So we developed alarms and notifications. So once the hospital knows what their quality patterns are, and once we can understand that they are off track, we trigger alarms and notifications for cell phone, email, wherever the preferred channel is. And we can escalate those up to the CEO of the hospital. And that way we promote action, and mostly we make sure that smoke doesn't become fire. You know, like taking action, it's very, very important. And finally, and more recently, we decided to bring the patient into the platform. And after thinking and discussing for a long time the best way to do it, we decided to integrate WhatsApp, which is a tool that everybody uses, like from 8 years to 88 years old, everybody uses WhatsApp. So what we did is integrate it with the platform. So we provide customized menus for the patients to order things without having to bother the nursing staff and the nursing team. So the results were actually mind-blowing. We were amazed by the impact this had, tremendous increase in patient satisfaction, and we also allowed nurses to focus on their medical-related issues. So what we learned is that...
Álvaro, time's up, Álvaro.
Okay, sorry.
No, it's okay. I mean, take your 10 seconds to finish up, to wrap it up.
Just to say that what we learn is provoking efficiency in thousands of small tasks. It compounds and generates a huge impact. That was mostly it. Thank you so much, and sorry for taking so long.
Not a problem, dear. You gave us wings, so at least what we could give you is additional minute. So thank you for sharing these very thoughtful ideas. You have an integrated healthcare aspect, and if you are willing to explore different business opportunities, I believe you will have a lot of possibilities also in Slovenia. But let's move forward. We have a company called Avantia, a very nice sounding company. So let's hear from them what they have to offer.
Okay, hello folks. How are you doing? I'm Fernando Sodré. Please confirm that you are seeing my screen. I think that's okay.
We are hearing perfect.
Okay, good. I'm the digital product director here at Avantia. Avantia, it's an engineer tech focused company. More than 20 years ago, we have around 500 employees and like 100 million revenues. We are established in more than 5 cities here in Brazil. And we are like an integrator for hardware, software, cloud, and mobile systems to develop tech and security for physical environments for our customers. Our customers, well, they take us to the most urban areas in Brazil. We have 5 operations, and we now maybe thousands intelligent cameras were installed or being monitored by Avantia Central Service. That's we call Avantia Monitoring Services. We have like a security operations NOC here at RECIFE, established in Porto Digital, and we have security agents to oversee more than like 20,000 cameras for our customers. We develop an intelligent video cloud platform. We have mobile applications. We have a video AI toolkit. We have engineering, IoT and edge computing hardware to create our artificial intelligence video analytics. And we have a product view to get video raw data to create data-driven intelligence from the digital video from the cameras, powered by our self-developed Avantia AI toolkit. Let's see in action. There are some customers that we've been worked at around some years. These videos are some real footage scenes. So we have like in school, we have in a car door open, tolerance time, and we have check from our artificial intelligence video to check if the car door open beyond the time tolerance is up, to check if there is any security issue for our customers. We run on our own cloud in Avantia, and the supervisors or the guards from our customers receive all the video alerts through our mobile apps directly on the field. We also developed some special projects like we did for Azul. Azul Airlines is the most huge airlines here in Brazil right now. So we developed something like this. Using our artificial intelligence video framework, we check when the aircraft is parked and when the fingers couple, when the food truck is parked, or when the catering truck is already there. And all these events are from our API, are published direct to the airline. That's kind of innovative using of our video AI toolkit to one of our large customers here in Brazil. Our video AI toolkit developed by I think some 40 engineers right now at our Avantia labs. And that's it. We have some others, some real footage scenes that run on our cloud. We don't have the need to change the cameras of the infrastructure. And it's very tuned to very digital cameras, very some kind of simple video cameras to run at our cloud, the video AI toolkit, right? And that's it. That's Avantia. We have a website, like to hear. We have also some real wall detection for our intelligent camera, for our intelligent output, right? Gun detection, and that's it. Look to hear from you soon.
Thank you, dear. You're really on time. So please don't forget, if you need artificial intelligence, Avantia is the company to contact. Meanwhile, please do use chat. So Microsoft Teams has a chat. Please use it. Ask your colleagues what you need, what you don't need. But we are moving forward with the next company. It's called HEPHA Energy. I hope I pronounced it correctly, but my dear colleagues will definitely correct me. So please, the floor is yours.
Yes, thank you. Hello, Anders and everybody. Good afternoon for everyone. Actually, it's HEPHA Energy, so the H is muted. So don't worry. So okay, let's start it. So let me share my screen just a second, please. Okay, confirm that you are seeing.
Yes, we can see.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, my name is Felipe. I'm the CEO and one of the co-founders of HEPHA Energy. And we started HEPHA Energy some years ago, 4 years ago actually, as a project about objects, live objects, because we thought that everything that we have today we call smart things, right? We have a smartphone, we have a smartwatch, but those objects are not alive. They don't have life on it, so they need to be plugged in the power grid to be working. So we wanted to change that. We said, okay, let's create objects like this chair that we are sitting over it, this table that my computer is over it right now. Why those objects couldn't be smart? Why they couldn't be live? So we added energy to those objects. That was the idea, and also amplifying the IoT potential. So when you think about IoT, you think about small sensors that are here and there, but you never think about big things. So that's what we started. So our objects are alive. This is something that we can imagine a world like, if every object can take energy and can interact with people, that will be like, we're gonna solve the problem with energy in the world. Of course, that's not what we're thinking, but we can see that has a really great idea right there. So we create intelligent urban furniture, solar powered. Every product that we have, we establish 3 steps that we have to have in every product that we own. So technology that I just said, sustainability with solar power, and design, because we saw a lot of solar powered objects major in Europe, and we like to kid about it and say that those objects are Minecraft design, because they are more square, they are more hard. So what we think, we want to put design on those projects so they be more light, and with that we can have more applications, different applications. So basically, I'm not going to run this presentation at all, because this is a big presentation. So basically, we are here in Recife as well, and in São Paulo. we were accelerated by Ambev in 2019. It was the biggest acceleration program here in Brazil. And that product that you already saw, it's called Synthesis. So it's a solar tree that creates a smart space for inspiring people, to give people more creativity. What we want to do is to create smart cities with smart and live objects. That's not our idea. We want to inspire people. And of course, in this moment of post-pandemic scenario, we need to use more external spaces. So basically, we have a lot of devices on each product that we have, USB charging station, LED displays, LED lights, ambient sound, Wi-Fi. Every product that we have is personalized for the client. Every product that we have is controlled by app and or dashboard. Wherever we are in the world, we can control our object. And I can share this presentation with you later. But just to pass the message, we can personalize, as I already said. We won the Brazil Design Award in 2019, one of the biggest design awards here in Brazil. We already have sales for 7 different countries. Some of our clients right here, okay? And also, I'm finishing my presentation right now. We have a portfolio that is upgrading right now. So we already have a carport, a smart LED, it's a smart parklet, and a solar smart bench. And of course, we work with projects as well. So that's it. I think my time is over.
Yes, exactly, Felipe. Thank you very much for this very design-friendly and eye-appealing presentation. Again, I believe that European Union is a very perfect market for you because, as you know, European Commission has put in our strategy green. So green is very important. Of course, we are at the front of Glasgow Agreement, and all the technology must be very green. So I believe a lot of businesses will be done there. But let's not stalk the next company. Also comes from Brazil. It's called Synthes, and I hope you're with us, colleagues.
Yeah, my name is Bertrand. Mayumi, my colleague, is going to share the screen to show the presentation. Mayumi?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Perfect. Synthes is a company specialized in the area of healthcare supplies. It was founded in 2001. We have 20 years of experience developing softwares that turns the hospital's purchases more efficient, transparent, and safe, and finally reducing costs. Let's see the next slide, please, Mayumi. This slide shows how complex is the hospital purchases flow. The purchases in the hospital is connected with all the administration and technical sector of the hospital: inventory, medical, nurses, pharmacy, sterilization center, invoices, etc. And it is also connected with the external sectors, such as suppliers, government, health insurance to make the refunds, regulatory entities, transport companies, etc. Our goal is to integrate all these words. Next. Let's see what are the main pains of the hospital in this process. We made 3 groups. We divided these pains in 3 groups. In the purchasing part, the difficulty faced by the hospitals are mainly a manual purchase process and lack of transparency for auditing, lack of security for controlling supplier register and documentation, difficulty in tracking deliveries, lack of tools to qualify properly the suppliers and to share information among the buyers, and perhaps the worst of all, the habit of restricting negotiation to a few suppliers, which ends up creating higher prices than they could be. The OPME is orthesis and prosthesis. We made a special models because it has some technical parts, especially for this kind of products. And the supply chain is aimed to make a good inventory control and purchasing planning. Our solution avoid the lack of stock and stock in excess too, which represents a useless financial cost, of course. Next. So, Synthesy, next. Synthesy developed 3 products, Mayumi, thank you, to avoid these pains. The market solution offers instant access to thousands of suppliers across the country. The quotation process is fully automated and auditable. It incorporates all the functionality specified in the purchase of medicines and other supplies purchased by the hospital. It's a marketplace especially for the hospital reality. It brings safety, operational savings, and cost savings. The supply chain integrates, it's a system which integrates with the hospital inventory management system. It's analyzed 3 years of movement histories and takes into account curves, parameterization, service level that the hospital wants to achieve, and in this base automatically issue the base purchasing suggestion. It can be operated by a buyer with a basic training. Next. Synthesy has 60 employees, 400 hospitals, one of the biggest in the Brazil, 10,000 registered suppliers, and 1.5 billion reals transaction last year. Next one. Among our partners, we've got BNDES, which is one of the main banks for development social in Brazil. Next. Interplayers, a big company specialized in pharmaceutical transaction in São Paulo. Next. And 3 partners. I'm French. I studied in Oxford, Madrid, Paris, and I work in these places too in Venezuela, and I've been working in Brazil for 20 years. Next. Israel is our responsible for operational parts. It comes from the supply markets. Next. And next partner is our CTO, Georgie, with a large experience in development. Next. We use artificial intelligence for our system. Next. Some views of how we can manage to show information very usable, easy way for the management. Next one. Next one. My time is almost over. We can integrate with any management system to automate all the process from the side of the buyer and from the side of the supplier too. Next one. Knowledge of the sector, some differentials of Synthesy, portfolio, complete portfolio, exclusive integration, innovation culture. Our attendance, we work with SLEAs for all our activity, the organization, and the ethic, of course. Last one, the deployment of one of a client. It's one of the biggest hospital groups in Brazil. Without a doubt, Synthesy is a company with a team with work with seriousness. Your service is excellent. It brought price reduction, productivity, and greater control for the EMIP. It has exclusive resources beside the registration participating suppliers. Okay, thank you very much for your attention.
No, dear, thank you very much. So for your information, Slovenia is going through the transition phase, and we will most likely change a lot of hospital information systems in the future. So definitely, I believe for your organization, it might be an interesting market, but more so the European Union. Once you're in one country, you're everywhere in European Union, 500 million population, very strong GDP. I believe that's a way forward. So the last but not the least, it's so weird, you know, it's not Holy Trinity, but it's Trinity. But it was so weird to put them on the last list, you know, after all a Trinity. But still, our colleagues from Brazil will tell us much more about it. So, dear friends, are you with us?
Yes, I'm here.
The floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Oh, hello, everyone. My name is John. It's John Victor, and I am the CTO of Trinity Brazil. I will share to you a small presentation now. Just a minute. So can you?
Yes, we can see it.
Can see it? Okay. I think now it's better. So, just a minute. Okay. So, first of all, I would like to thank everybody for the opportunity, especially Rani and Michel, the Council of Slovenia here, and all from SOFTEX and Porto Digital. Trinity is a venture builder focused on create and support innovative technology through mobile platforms. These platforms and just a minute. Okay. So this platform we have created through our history. Just a minute. Okay, now. So we have from left to right the Smart Cell, which is a sales hub platform. The second one is the Fast Delivery, which is a logistic platform specialized on last mile operation. This solution was elected to be present on Web Summit on 2020. The next one is TAI. It's a platform to connect professional drivers and passengers on a city-to-city travel, intermunicipal travel. And we have at the list the App on Edge, which is a app monitoring platform. So we have been on Web Summit on the last 2 years from our branch on Lisbon. Fast Delivery, our logistic product, which has already had its spin-off and it's an independent company, is an Endeavor scale-up company. So continuing with the Fast Delivery, it's helped all those companies to deliver and pick up more than 1.5 million package on monthly operations. It's a software as service product. We have worked through FedEx in Brazil from 2010 until now. It's like a 12 years of operation over there, and we monitor every month those Apple, Dell, and other companies' deliveries. So it's a very big operation and a very successful platform. So going to the next product, we have TAI. It's a passenger transportation and delivery platform. It connects passenger company and drivers to provide passenger cheaper travel and improve drive earnings. It's also a part of our delivery platform that we use the drivers' trunks to transport small packages, mostly for e-commerce packages. So our sales hub platform, SmartCell, it manages over 8 billion reals in customer billing every month. Its main goal is to be the only platform for our customers to receive and process sales order, to provide sales insights using all the data collected. It is a EDI platform. It has a portal, web portal, to collect sales orders, and it has a app. So for a field operation over the sales representatives. Our newer platform is OpenEdge. It's a all-in-one solution for application management. We have presented it on Web Summit, and we have a UK trade and investment entrepreneur program with this platform. This platform is it's not exclusively app management, but all kind of operation that other softwares and other platforms, it can collect all information from those platforms and optimize results and over managing this management for decisions.
João, time is up, please wrap it up. No, it's okay, but do please wrap it up, okay?
Okay, so these are some of our clients for our history, and we thank you everybody for the time. And these are our operation that we have today over the world.
Excellent.
Thank you very much.
Very good presentation. Please don't forget that our colleague Martin Pechar is already asking you for the contacts. So please use our chat to communicate and to connect yourselves. Matthias, what do you believe? Do you believe that our companies will be able to do business?
Oh, I sure do. We hope that we have positive outcomes from this event to start doing businesses. I would just take advantage and say thank you all, and also thanks to Matthias and Marusha, the team from Slovenian Chamber of Commerce and Industry in Slovenia, for making this event happen. Without you, we wouldn't succeed. Of course, to Dr. Stefan Bogdanšale, Ernest, Vasco, Enrique, Heiner, and all involved, Hanier, and all involved with this organization. And also special thanks to the president of Porto Digital, the Brazilian Silicon Valley, Pierre Lucena, to Orchestra SOFTEXRECIFE, ASSESPRO, SEPROPE, Manguizal, and their universities. To all the companies and their representatives to take time today to participate and present their pitches. Have a great weekend and take care, stay healthy, and goodbye from our part.
Thank you, Matthias. Goodbye. Have a nice weekend. And we will share the contacts, if we may, with all of you. Matthias, is that okay? Can we share the contacts? Okay, so we have to share the contacts. Don't speak business, do business, okay? And let us know. Take care. Bye.
There is just president of SLOBRAZ, Matthias Tsokan. I think he wants to.
Bye. Of course, Matthias.
No, I wasn't lifting the hand. I just was giving goodbye to all of you, and thank you for excellent organization.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody. Okay, nice weekend. See you soon.
Ciao.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Have a good weekend.
Goodbye. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Ricky, for all.
Oh, thank you too. Bye.
Acabou.